Because at some point I must have emailed Sarah, and I guess I could look back and see and been like, how would I do stand up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going through chemotherapy, and then in that you were like, I'm going to write a whole stand-up set.
Well, I started to write jokes. I don't know. I was worried that being funny is important to me. Being
Agreed.
entertaining is important to me. And I was worried that that's it's like hard. It's like cognitively one of the complicated things that people do. And I was worried that I'd like lose it.
Oh.
Because you get a lot of brain fog. And
You wanted to preserve it.
And I also think that it's like a good way to keep your brain activated.
Yeah.
During the hard time.
That's your new
can take it.
catchphrase.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're a new man after this.
What's up, science slut?
We got him. We got the quote. We got it.
I would be in.
All right.
I will say, if a TikTok starts with that, I'm going to watch till the end.
You can work, if you don't think about the physical space that you're in while you're working, that makes sense. Because when I am working, my brain is going like, oh, that coffee cup's right there and that pen's there. And I have no room to put my arms and I can't think with all this stuff.
And that voice is going on in your head.
Yes. It's very hard for me to sit down and read for a long period of time.
And it sounds like you. It's your voice. Or is it like,
She sounds a little
hey, look at all this stuff going.
She sounds a little
Oh, no, she's a
judgmental.
huge bitch.
She's like, honestly, listen up, bitch. Little science slut. No, I'm just kidding. She sounds like me, but again, a little
So I need to be in a place where all my friends are like school teachers and farmers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, I am.
Yeah.
Not I want, I am.
But I saw somebody recently say that perfectionists are just really good at seeing flaws. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just really bad at seeing flaws.
Which is great. Which is why I think that you are so good at so many things, because you're like, I'm going to do that.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to do that.
Seems possible.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like perfectionists, they sit in the place of like, they've already thought out all the scenarios that could go wrong or go right. And then they're like, it's almost like they did it and failed already.
Right. Or they just are trying to perfect it in their head. And I learned this lesson very early that it worked when I followed this rule, which is if it's in my head, it doesn't exist. You got to convince yourself of that.
If it's in your head, it doesn't exist.
Like if you haven't done it, there's nothing there. So if you're like imagining an idea and you're thinking, okay, well, I can't do it yet unless I have this tool. So I have to get this tool. But then once you have that tool, you're like, but it would be better if I also was able to have this person working on it with me, or this extra time that I don't have right now. Just do it. And if it sucks and it fails, like that's a million times more valuable than a thing that's sitting around in your head taking up space, because then it's out, because it's not in there anymore. You gotta get it out.
Those are the best words of wisdom
if you fail,
ever.
It's like not taking up space in your head anymore, and that's a success on its own. And it got quite influential, and it mattered a lot to people, whether they got invited or which stage they were on, etc.
It's a huge thing.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
And I remember you went to your first one a couple of years ago, and
I did. I was like stimulation.
Yeah.
Wanty. I was like wanty.
Oh, did it make you wanty?
I was wanty.
Yeah.
I was like,
Really?
You guys seen the TikTok room? I was like, it has a theme.
Guys, they're giving out denim jackets.
Yeah. There was like a clothing label. I still have the jacket. They're like, it's free. I was like, what?
I know.
This is a mango colored jacket?
Yeah.
It was insane. And then I left being like, I have just too much stuff in my bag. Like, and I was like, who have I become?
Yeah.
Who have I become?
Yeah.
So I hear you about Montana and LA. That's like VidCon for me.